Good day and welcome, everybody. My name is Lord Jason Williams. I'd like to thank you for visiting our page. I'd like to thank you for your time and interest in the ASVLW NFT. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what makes our NFT very unique and much different very quickly than other NFTs. So, first off, I'm going to write this down because I know that was a mouthful. Again, we're going to be talking about something called the ASW. Correction. Dang. All right, let's start it over. ASVLW. All right. This is an NFT. All right. And for those of you who are not familiar with what an NFT is, just go ahead, take a moment, pause this video. Up above this particular video that you're watching, if you're on our website, is actually going to explain all of the steps of the NFT, what a smart contract is, to help you understand how secure this particular purchase is and why our backend structure secures this investment. So what makes the ASVLW coin, which essentially means Ariel C. Ventures Lord Williams NFT, my personal NFT, is this. I've taken 1%, all right, 1% of what I make on a specific project with this particular company is going to equal, all right, a series of 1,000 NFTs. All right. That means that each one of these NFTs, when you divide it and break it down, will have the value of earnings that our company generates at 0.01. All right. Now, this 0.01, when we launch at the time of this video, is going to be sold for $10 United States, $10 USD. Why is this so important? Because as our company sells more tickets, right? As our company sells more, let's say we decide to get into land, right? If we sell land or we buy land, our company value is constantly growing, all right? This is 2026, right? Then it grows a little bit more in 27. Then let's say we do a land project and all of a sudden our revenue skyrockets again in 28. This $10 investment that you made at 0.01%, all right, of this 1%, now goes from, let's just say on general math here, just to keep numbers easy, I'm going to step over on this side, give us more room, is this $10 will now have the ability to grow in asset. All right. So now what we're doing is we're taking the NFTs and we're essentially making them an asset. But the NFT is a digital real estate, which means we're going to have a limited quantity of NFTs because we can only give out so many of these NFTs before it equals that 1%. Okay. So what we're going to do is every quarter, which is 3 months, business quarters, cycles, all right, on the third month, the 6th month, the 9th month, and the 12th month, you will get a payment or what we would like to call a return on your investment. Okay. The earnings that's generated and calculated for your particular NFT that you own will come back and have essentially a return on that investment or a value at the end of that quarter. And that value now has the ability to gain over time. We said as we do more business, we get more dollars. As we get more dollars, this 1% of all these NFTs will increase. Each NFT at the time of this video was selling at $10. So that means that with that $10 in earnings, your $10 could now be worth, let's say, 11. We have a really big year in this particular case in 2026. Our company is ordering 25, all right, 25 drones from EA. Why is that important? Each drone goes to a particular project. Okay. This project belongs to currently Thailand. Now, what that means is you're going to get off of everything that's happening inside of Thailand, you're going to end up with the ability to have a piece of that 1%. And that 1% is broken down into this. Okay. Now we take that, and as you talk about getting payouts on a quarterly basis, it gives you your return on investment. Your return on the initial investment of $10, remember, ladies and gentlemen, right here, is going up because as we gain more drones, we gain more business, which means that $10 eventually becomes 11, 11 eventually becomes 12, 12 eventually becomes 30, let's say, 30 becomes 50. So, as you can see, you're going to start stair stepping in value. All right. This $10 purchase essentially has the ability to turn into 50, hundreds, thousands of dollars in purchase. All right. Now, granted, we have to do a lot of volume, but the fact of the matter is you're coming in at a low rate of entry right now with a high rate of return. So, what I like to say is what makes our business model so unique and so different is this. I'm going to step on this side of the board here is this. We have high ROI. The drone business worldwide is projected to be over 7 trillion in revenue. All right. If we were to secure, let's just say 100 billion of that 7 trillion, okay? 100 billion of that 7 trillion. How much would your $10 investment be? Sit down and do the math on that. And I think you'll find that our NFT is going to be a very, very strategical NFT. And it's strategical because of the fact that it's connected to the Ariel C Ventures company. Now, Lord Williams, the LW is myself. I am making an NFT, right? And this entire NFT is connected to 1%, again, of our revenue that's generated on, in this case, the Thailand project, all of Thailand. Not like Bangkok, not just Pattaya, not just Koh Samui, right? It's all of Thailand. So every project that's done in Thailand is going to generate money. And this 1% of earnings is broken down over these 1,000 NFTs. These 1,000 NFTs are going to be probably one of the most sought after NFTs in the entire NFT market. And I don't mean to say that lightly, because how many NFTs do you get that you know that a company is connected to a company's revenue model, so it gains value? The hardest thing when you buy something, of course, is this. If I go buy a Ferrari, that Ferrari only holds the value of what the next owner wants to pay me for that Ferrari, right? Now, it may be a limited series Ferrari, so the value goes up because you can't get another one necessarily. Well, the same concept here. You can't get another one once these are sold out. They're sold out. All right. You have to buy them from someone, which means the value has now gone up. And if the volume has gone up or the value has gone up, you're going to have to spend more money to purchase it. Henceforth, right, the rarity of the item. However, what makes this sellable for the original owner who holds it before they sell it is that it's connected to a company. We're the first company in the world to go fully commercial. And we're doing it in Thailand. All right. So with that being said, not only are we the first company in the market of a $7 trillion projected market cap, but we're the first company to create our own NFTs that will connect to 1% of one of the founders, all right, and I'm the majority shareholder holding founder next to the founder himself, all right, of the revenue. Now, what that means is that you have an opportunity to come into a marketplace for the mass majority of the people in the world who've never will have the ability to do that because it's just not financially feasible. It's now financially feasible. All right. We're going to roll these out, ladies and gentlemen, in batches. So I'm going to erase this. But we're going to roll this stuff out in batches. And I'm going to explain what batches are. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to explain what batches are here in just a second. All right. So let's go ahead, erase all this. We understand how this NFT is now working. What we need to know is how are we going to utilize this NFT? All right. So we know that there's going to be 1,000 of these NFTs. All right. 1,000 of these NFTs will be made for Thailand. All right. Out of that 1,000, we're going to release in batches, more than likely of 50. Okay. And that first 50 may sell for $10, which is our initial plan. I'm giving you real numbers here. The first 50 is going to sell for $10. Once that 50 sells out, obviously the next batch of 50 is going to be worth more. We have value that's being created now, all right? So let's say I haven't made this number. So this next number from here on is just fictitious, all right? I'm just using it for the sake of this video. So let's say it goes from $10 to $12. All right. That's $2 in revenue profit that you missed just because you didn't get to 10. But you still need to get in at a reasonable price of 2. That batch sells out, which we expect them to. We're just going to keep rinsing and repeat. The next 50 is going to come out. That next batch of 50 may come out and be $15. Okay. But the reason it keeps going up is because our company value is increasing. As we're starting to sell more of these NFTs, the NFT is becoming more sought after. So supply and demand, it's going to raise in price. It pays and behooves you to jump in front as fast as you can. All right. For the price of going out and getting a Happy Meal in most places around the world, all right, at least here in the United States, you can't go out to eat and get fast food and think you're going to come out around, $10. You may by yourself, but if you're going out with somebody else or you got kids, good luck. You're spending about $50, $30 at least. Take the time and skip a Happy Meal. Get this NFT and get in before the business expands, because this NFT is going to raise in value. Okay, all of them will. But eventually, as we keep rolling out these batches, this 1,000 will become obsolete, and you're going to have to go to somebody to buy one of these 50 batches of individual tokens, or you're going to have to go to somebody to buy one NFT. But the guy who got it at $10 is holding on to it. Everybody else had to pay $50, let's say, to get in. By the time the batch is sold, he can sell it and now has a return, all right, ROI of $40, simply because he purchased it. So our coin works in 2 ways, ladies and gentlemen. And we're coming to the end of our video. But I want to make sure that you guys really understand this, because this NFT is something new that we're putting together, that I'm taking a venture in for the rest of the world, but I believe in giving back. So I want to give everybody an opportunity to participate in this, and those who do, it's going to have an opportunity to make some really good money. We do believe. All right. I obviously can't guarantee you that, but I can guarantee you that we made a 25 drone order. Oops. All right. I can guarantee you that we have a 25 drone order. That drone order will be live in 26. At the time of this video, they're already on the way. Out of that 25, we have a total of 100 that we're going to receive before the end of 2026. You do the math. All right. So these are the two ways that this NFT is going to work. And then we'll be at the end of this video. All right. In this NFT, you have the ability to hold. Oops. All right. That's one. This is going to treat it like land. All right. Land is an asset. We buy it, we hold it, we wait for it to increase, and then we sell, right? We buy gold, for example, right? You buy gold, you hold it, if value goes up, you sell. That's holding, the strategy. But you also have the opportunity to sell / trade. All right. Now you can trade on our market. We use something called the SMSS token. All right. It's on our own blockchain. We'll explain that in another video later. But this is what we use to exchange for trade. All right. We buy it in SMS. That allows you to buy it and sell it on our blockchain. We keep track of all the records, obviously, with it being blockchain. As you watch the videos before, you understand how that works. You know that it's secured, it's non-fungible, so you can't change it. All right. It's there, you're tracked. And if you hold it, all right, you get the chance for ROI. This is the big part, payments, PMT, ROI, PMT. And that's going to happen every 3 months. On the 3rd month of the year, the 6th month of the year, the 9th, all right, and the 12th. If you're holding it, you're going to get a payment. And that payment's going to be at the percentage, all right, of 1%. Each NFT currently is going to hold the value of 0.01. There's no limit to how many of these NFTs you can own, so you can purchase a large amount of them to put yourself in the lead, or you can purchase one at a time and take, your chances on seeing how it builds and then buy in as it goes. And of course, as you're getting your ROI payment through this system, you can then turn around and sell it. So this is option 1. We hold. Option 2, we buy and we sell. All right. When you buy and sell, we sell it on the SMS blockchain with the SMS coin. All right. And that's going to allow you to be able to sell it to users all around the world without actually physically exchanging hard cash. It's all digital. And then it's at the same value of your dollar for wherever currency you're in. And then you liquidate that digital asset into whatever your currency is. All right. Or you can use it to buy other cryptonic tokens and coins or, Bitcoin, whatever it is that you want to do. But you have the ability to hold it, get paid ROI 4 times a year. All right. You treat it like gold or land, or you can sell it using our Bitcoin blockchain. I shouldn't say Bitcoin, but using our blockchain network with SMSS. All right. Stay mobile, stay social. All right. Thank you for this video. I hope that we've really explained and broke down everything to you. But to recap our video, if you're still a little bit lost, I'm going to recap it in under 1 minute. What makes the ASVLW NFT token unique is that it's tied to a piece of our revenue for the entire project of Thailand, all right, which is a country. Every country we have a project. So every country we go to will roll out a set of NFTs through my ownership, all right? When we do that, you will have the ability to hold it and get ROI payments, which should increase every 3 months because our business will increase. And or you can sell it at any given time for the value of whatever your currency is. For me, United States dollar. All right. So I'm going to sell it for a set dollar amount on the SMSS blockchain, which is stay mobile, stay social blockchain. All right. You're able to purchase this, get your money from the second owner or third owner, fourth owner, fifth owner, whoever it is, and then you get money. They will take ownership of your NFT. But it's all done through the blockchain, which means you can't hide it, you can't trick it, you can't have it manipulated. There's only of one in that 1,000. There's only one of whatever in the next country that we do. There's only so many of these NFTs, and each NFT is unique in its own right. So I hope that this video and the previous videos have helped explain it. I look forward to you guys working with us. When you become an NFT owner, you'll also be added to our news alert letter. You'll be able to join other Zooms like this one to have more detailed and in-depth conversations and put on a priority list for the next country that we're rolling out so that you have the opportunity to purchase your tokens in advance. Guys, this is going to be probably the biggest game changer in this particular market and shift of wealth in this particular market that will ever be created because it's connected directly to the revenue model of our platform and of our business through one of the owners. So there's not another way to get into this unless you were to turn around and actually come in as an investor. So I hope that this helps you guys. I look forward to helping out all of you. I look forward to meeting and greeting so many of you NFT users out there. I can't wait. The words don't explain enough the excitement that I have. And at the end of the day, this is just my way of giving back to the entire community into the special movement of aerial drone aviation and urban mobility. Take care. Lord Williams,